Welcome back to Bobby Hopkins Field. We're about to get set here. The Wildcats and the Karns Beavers on this beautiful day. Not a cloud in the sky. Why don't you remind us who the first three batters in the Karns lineup are?
Leading things off is Dylan Owens, Connor Clark, and Nick Wilson.
I was talking about before the music came on about how well Tyler Pickens had pitched this well. He's just been fantastic. That ball's hit in the air, right center field. Richie Ferreira, the center fielder, back on it, makes the catch for out number one. The ball's hit pretty well, but out.
Yes, it was, and I actually saw online Dylan Owens, their leadoff hitter, his batting average is .530, and his on-base percentage is .611. So an impressive hitter. Batting now is Connor Clark, the shortstop for Karns.
Wildcats, as we've been mentioning, we've said this all last week, the Wildcats with a win today will wrap up the regular season district championship and the number one seed at the district tournament. Obviously, any loss by Powell will help their cause as well. That pitch is cut on and missed. Defensively for the Wildcats, it looks like we've got Cam Welch at first. The second baseman is Jason Slade. The shortstop is Caden Black. The third baseman, Mikey Teasley. Here's the one-strike pitch, once again hit in the center field. Right in his tracks, Richie Ferreira makes another catch, and that's out number two. Tonight later, 2-2 pitch. Called strike three. Go sit down, young man. That is out number three here in the top of the first inning. We are live at Bobby Hopkins Field. The Wildcats coming to bat. We'll be back with that in a moment. At Karns, 3-2 pitch. Called strike three. Caden thought it was ball four. He just couldn't pull the trigger on it, and that is the first out of the first inning. Freshman Mikey Teasley batting second for the Wildcats. The pitch to him is cut on and missed. And the pitch hit softly to right field. The ball is going to be caught by the right fielder in the sun, looking into it for out number two. Tyler Pickens, the batter. So far, both pitchers looking sharp here in the first inning. Pitch to Tyler is hit well. Hit deep to left, but not deep enough. The left fielder back on it, right in front of the fence. See, can't make the play. Tyler rounds first, heads towards second, and he is in. The ball was hit about as far as you could hit it, all the way back to the fence, and the left fielder put his glove up, but he didn't come down with it.
And that's fortunate for Tyler Pickens there. He's ended up on second in good scoring position.
Izzy Mitchell will run for Tyler Pickens out at second. The Wildcats with an opportunity with a runner in scoring position, another left-handed batter against the lefty. He's on the left, the first base side of the rubber. The first pitch to him is hit well once again to right field. Going back on it, the right fielder, he staggers a bit, but he does make the catch for out number three. The Wildcats pick up a base runner. They leave him stranded. We go to the top half of the second inning. Scoreless ball game here at Bobby Hopkins, and this big ball game here from Bobby Hopkins, the Wildcats and the Karns Beavers.
Leading things off is Micah Morgan, Tyler Millsaps, and Timmy Harper.
Pickens working his second inning. He got him 1-2-3 in the first. Pitch is down low, a ball. One ball, no strikes. Looking at the forecast for next week, the lows are going to be in the 30s next week. So we're back to Campbell County weather coming up next week.
I'm not looking forward to that. It's just been really windy today.
Yeah. Pitch hit on the ground to the second baseman and past him into center field, right center field. And that's the first hit of the ball game for the Karns Beavers. Kind of a quiet Karns dugout to our right. That is one short lead at first for the base runner. Tyler takes a while, comes to the plate, bounces all the way back to the screen, and he's going to advance the runner down to second. And they've got a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the second inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch hit right back up the middle. That's going to be a solid base hit. Let's see if they can score the run. Richie comes up firing, and the ball is going to come high and off the body of Tyler Pickens. They have an opportunity as the ball was hit, and they weren't able to get the run in, but they've got runners at second and third, and so far they've hit the ball hard here in the first inning and here in the first part of the second. They've got 2 runners in scoring position. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Use a strikeout right here. Tyler has the sign from Kyron. Pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike on the breaking pitch, and that is out number 1 here in the second inning.
Batting now is Mason Randalls, the first baseman.
He's a big guy. Looking at his height, he's probably anywhere around 6'3", 6'4". He's maybe even taller than that by the looks of him. He's a right-handed hitter. Tyler trying to get out of trouble here. He's got runners at second and third. Pitch is a called strike. Good live fastball there, and the count is 0-1.
Really nice pitch there by Tyler Pickens. He's put the ball in the right places. This Karns team has just been able to get on top of it, but nice pitching overall by him.
Here's the one-strike pitch. Outside, sweeps into the left-handed batter's box. And we've got an even count at 1 strike. Some discrepancy, and when the last time Oak Ridge won a regular season championship. 1-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, first base side. Cam feels it. Runs to the bag. Great job of pitching by Tyler Pickens. They pick up 2 base hits. They had him at second and third and nobody out, and Tyler retires them 1, 2, 3 after that. We go to the bottom of the second inning, maybe a little momentum. As the Wildcats come to bat in the bottom of the second, we have a scoreless game. Here from Bobby Hopkins, the Wildcats and Karns Beavers, and we'll be back on YouTube in a moment. Eddie Tan leads things off for the Wildcats in the second. Pitch from Hartline bounces at the plate. What a great job by Tyler Pickens. He had runners at second and third. Everybody was making good, solid contact. I guess the key play there was the bunt that was popped up right to him, but really great job by him to get out of that inning.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Beavers there. A man on second and third with no outs. They just weren't able to get those batters in.
Ball is hit foul to the right. Left-handed throwing pitcher for the Karns Beavers. As I mentioned, we'll play Karns tomorrow over at Karns. 0-0 the score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch, cut on a missed. Count is 1-2. Karns traditionally has had a really good baseball program. Their program, not as many wins this year as in previous years, but still very capable. 1-2 pitch, stays up high. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our district, you know, nothing against Oak Ridge, perhaps winning the district, but it's slightly down from previous years. 2-2 pitch, low and inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The only losses, though, Powell has suffered in the district are to us. They only have 2 losses, so that's why the Wildcats need one win, and they'll have the tiebreaker against the Panthers. But so Powell's still very capable as the pitch is hit on the ground. That's going to go into left field. A base hit might be more than one. Eddie Tan heads towards second, but he gets the stop sign. Then the ball is thrown away, and it goes all the way, and Eddie's going to get to second base. The Beavers' left fielder threw it to second. It went way over the top of the man covering the bag, and then the backup guy couldn't make the play as well. Eddie, who thought about going to second initially, stopped and then had to go again and then stopped and then went again, and the Wildcats have a runner in scoring position. Here comes Camden Welch to bat for the Wildcats. 0-0 the score. The Wildcats have a runner in scoring position. Pitch to the freshman is a called strike. As I mentioned earlier, he pitched really well Friday against South Doyle. And pitched all the way, pitched 6 innings, and then I think Jacob came in and closed it out for him. 1 strike the count. Eddie takes his lead off of second base, and the pitch, another called strike. Freshman took one low, and he's got to guard the plate here. He steps back in. He takes a lot of pitches. I've mentioned that before. Camden does. Got 3 left-handed batters in the lineup against the left-handed throwing pitcher. That pitch just barely missed the inside corner. Camden's got a good eye, but that was really close.
Yeah, it was. That was almost there in the inside right corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the second inning of a scoreless ball game. Oak Ridge and Karns. Tan takes his lead off of second for the Wildcats. The pitch hit foul. He waited on it and hit it off to the left side into the trees. And that'll be another foul strike, and the count remains at 1-2. Nobody out here. The Wildcats, a leadoff single for Eddie Tan, then a throwing error allowed him to move on to second. And he's there with nobody out and a 1-2 count on Camden Welch. Cut on a miss. And that's a swinging strikeout, and the freshman is out number 1. here in the second. And the batter now will be Jacob Franklin. Senior stands in for the Wildcats, 4-year member of the Oak Ridge Wildcats. He would love to see a regular season district championship. Wildcats need a win today. Jacob's had some big hits to go along with this season. Still working through that injury, recovering from that injury that he sustained last year. Actually, before that, he said, but he just played through it. The pitch to him is cut on and foul tipped into the mid of the Karns catcher, and the count is 0-1.
Going back on what you said about this Karns team in this district, but they are 4-13, I believe, for this season. And what I've seen is they do have good offense. I mean, their offense is solid.
Eddie takes a pretty good sized lead, kind of distracts pitcher. Here's the pitch to the plate. That's down low, a ball. And we have an even count again, 1 ball and 1 strike. Very breezy day here at Bobby Hopkins. At least the rain got out of here. We had a little rain yesterday, not a whole lot. Field looks good. Obviously the tarp covered up the infield. The dirt is dry. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eddie takes his lead. Once again, the shortstop comes in behind. And he didn't attempt to throw back that way. Eddie hadn't taken a huge lead off the bag. Eddie's got average speed. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to him almost hit him. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wildcats will play Loudon, I believe, on Thursday. I was told there was a game Wednesday, but Coach Free said no. The schedule says there's a game, but I don't think they are playing. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Jacob. Cut on and foul tipped again. And the count is 2-2.
Loudon, is that they regularly play them each year, or is this new?
It is a tournament, right.
Okay.
They don't regularly play them.
Okay.
They do sometimes play Lenore City. He's got a good baseball program, good solid program, honestly. I'm sure Loudon's not bad either. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob back in. Lefty comes to the plate. The pitch hit foul. Over to the right now to play. And we've got a 2-2 count. 1 out here in the second. Runner at second base. That's Eddie 10. He had a single. Reached on an error by the left fielder. Long overthrow. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hartline looks in for the sign. And here comes another 2-2 pitch. Runner going. Hit foul once again. Coming back our way. And out of play. That's just some major destruction behind us there, Joey. I mean, what can we say here? That was probably like, it wasn't a foul ball. It was a foul bomb. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Speaking of helicopters, did you bring your drone today?
Not today. I think it's a little too windy for it, so I wasn't going to try to risk it. Yeah.
2-2 pitch. Let's see if Eddie's going in. Not this time. The ball is hit to right field. The right fielder goes back on it, staggers. He's not got a good look at it, but he does make the catch. Tagging and moving towards third is Eddie 10, but there are now 2 outs. The ball was hit deep all the way around 300 feet or so. The right fielder staggered a bit when he was back there, but he was able to recover. This is the worst part of the day to try to field in right field because the sun is right in your eyes. Here's Jason Slay to bat for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has a runner at third, their first runner at third in the ball game. Hartline trying to get out of trouble here in the second. Oh, hits him, and down the first will go Jason Slay. That ball just kept riding in on him and just tagged him pretty good. The Wildcats have runners on the corners, and here comes Alex Franklin. We got a scare with Alex the other day when he launched that pitch that went sailing almost 3/4 of the way up the net. They said it's more likely a strain of some sort, not really able to pitch at this point, but it was cleared to hit, and he swings and misses at the first one. He's had some big hits this year for the Wildcats. Caden Black is on deck. Love to get Alex on base. Love for him to do something, get this first run in, and just get on base here to get Caden Black up. Pitch to the plate, hit foul again, and Alex behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Props to Jason for taking that ball right there. I mean, it hit him in the helmet. Could have been really bad.
Right-handed hitter. He's a junior. Jason hasn't attempted to steal. He's got a short lead at first. It's tough with a lefty out there. The pitch hit foul. Stayed alive. A pitch that looked outside, but he couldn't be sure of it. And the ball is hit foul back to the screen, and the count remains at 0-2. Riley Hartline, the pitcher for the Karns Beavers. Got runners on the corners. Throws over to first, and Jason really had not really moved that far off the bag. Just keeping him honest. You know how Oak Ridge likes to steal in any situation.
Yeah, they're a little bit more, less risky with these left-handed pitchers. And
Wildcats might try to steal a run here, and they're going to do it! The Wildcats score at Karns. Mistake gives the Wildcats a run. The Wildcats steal a run right there. Slay took off. The pitcher threw to first. His throw was cut off, but Eddie comes in to score, and the Wildcats lead it 1-0.
Great job there. Great heads-up play by Eddie Tan to get back home.
2 strikes still to count. The Wildcats with another runner in scoring position in the person of Jason Slay. 1-0 Wildcats here in the second. Well, Tyler, they've given you your run here. It's up to you, buddy. Alex back in. The pitch to him. Once again, stays alive. Count remains at 0-2. I love it when a play like that works. And, the throw was a little offline, but I think Eddie was going to score anyway.
Yeah, no, I was thinking so too. He was able to get low, and he was there on time.
Alex Franklin back in. He's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. He's the designated hitter today for the catcher, Kyron Welch. Jason Slay takes his lead. The pitch is hit foul back to the screen, and Alex staying alive here, just kind of fighting it off.
Yeah, that is the 5th pitch of this at-bat, and it is 0-2.
Yeah. No balls and 2 strikes. Hartline working quickly. The lefty trails now 1-0. Alex Franklin calls timeout and steps out. Caden Black on deck. Uh-oh, the student section has arrived. Hopefully they'll be loud and vocal. See Jason Coates in the house. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to the pitcher. He fields it awkwardly, runs halfway to the bag, and almost waited too long to toss it over to the first baseman, but he does, and that is out number 3. But the Wildcats pick up a run. We go to the top of the 3rd inning here at Bobby Hopkins Field. The Wildcats on top 1-0, trying to win the regular season district championship here tonight at Bobby Hopkins Field. We'll be back with more of our broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, in a moment. Welcome back to Bobby Hopkins Field. Oak Ridge on top of Karns 1-0. Joey?
Leading things off for Karns this inning is Brody Miles, the right fielder.
Joey Weston helping us out here tonight here at Bobby Hopkins along with Vashawn Knowles. He's doing your camera work. We haven't seen a lot of action here. We've seen some action, but not a lot of major hits as that ball is hit foul at the plate. Kind of rocks the helmet of the Beaver, and the count is 0-1.
Tyler's been playing really good this game. He was able to dig himself out of a tough situation last inning. They had a runner on second and a runner on third. He was able to get out of there and hold them scoreless.
Here's a 1-strike pitch. Breaking pitch, way inside. Evens the count at 1-1 strike. The good news is, when Alex was pitching the other day, Alex Franklin, we thought maybe he would had a serious injury. But obviously just a strain. It's good to see. Tyler's pitch to the plate, that's high. Count is 2-1 strike. Travis Free in his 5th year as the head coach of the Wildcats, looking for his first regular season championship. Nobody, and I feel bad because I was around the last time people have been telling me they won a district championship, but I just don't remember that happening when they say it did. 2-1 pitch, there's a called strike. Evens the count at 2-2. Coach Free told me that 1998 is what he's hearing, but that was the year before Coach Froning came, and I just don't think they won in Coach Glover's last year. So I don't believe that, honestly. But I could be wrong. I'll do some research tomorrow. 2-2 pitch, cut on a miss. Go sit down. And the Wildcats have their first out here in the third inning.
Yeah, baby.
Batting now is Dylan Owens, the leadoff hitter for the Beavers. He flew out to center field his first at bat.
Right-handed hitter. Interesting little comment from Ben George, our sideline reporter. I'm not going to say it on the air, but first pitch was a ball, 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out, or 1 out, I'm sorry, nobody on. I really liked your drone pictures. I've actually been using them, not giving you any credit at all. I did give you credit, like, on the air the other day when I used them, but when I'm putting them out there, I'm getting all kinds of compliments, so I say thank you, thank you. Pitch is hit shallow center field. Richie Ferreira in on it, and is going to make the one-handed grab for out number 2. So we've had 3 fly ball outs in this ball game early to Richie Ferreira.
Richie's had a lot of action today. He's had 3 come out his way, and he's made all 3 plays. Batting now is Connor Clark. He flew out to center field his last at-bat.
Right-handed hitter. 2 outs, nobody aboard, 1-0 Wildcats. Top of the third. District action here at Bobby Hopkins. The pitch from Tyler is outside with the fastball. Count is 1-0. Going back to Friday's ball game, Cam Welch had just a breaking pitch that was just nasty. Just nasty. I mean, it came in on the hitter from the left side. Struck out 8 or 9 batters, I believe. Pitch is hit right back to Tyler. He makes the play. Underhands it over to Camden Welch, and that is out number 3. So the Beavers go 1, 2, 3 here in the third inning. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The Wildcats holding a 1-0 lead. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Bobby Hopkins Field. We go to the bottom half of the third. Ball's hit to left center field. The left fielder over on it, and he makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Caden 0 for 2 in the ball game. Wildcat offense kind of goes when Caden gets on base, but he's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Mikey Teasley stands in for the Wildcats. Pitch to him, cut on and missed.
Mikey flew out to right field his last at-bat. Like you said, when Caden gets on base, Oak Ridge gets their offense going. I mean, Caden's a really good base runner, not to mention his hitting, and he steals bases. He puts himself in scoring positions, and you got Mikey Teasley and Tyler Pickens following him, so it's always great for him to get in scoring position.
Pitch was way inside, called a strike. Ball almost hit him, but he called it a strike. Teasley back in. I guess you have to adapt the way the umpire calls it. That pitch is outside, but you can't have a 4-foot strike zone. Mikey was bailing out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Ooh, he almost swung. They asked for help. He says he did not go, and we've got a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mikey, freshman, has done really good work for the Wildcats, not only in the field but at the plate and on the mound. Pitch is hit foul, off to the right and out of play.
Nice job staying in that count for Mikey Teasley there. Didn't look like it was his pitch that he was looking for, but he was able to stay in.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Hartline comes to the plate. Pitch is on the inside corner, 2 inside, and that is ball 4. So the Wildcats have a base runner. Tyler Pickens, the batter now for the Wildcats. Mikey Teasley, the base runner at first. The pitch to Tyler bounces at the plate, not far enough away. And Tyler ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
Wildcats a little more hesitant on the bases today, facing the lefty pitcher. Actually, they're running all over these teams.
Mikey takes a decent-sized lead. The left-handed pitcher goes over that way, and easily back to the bag will go the freshman. People keep telling me that in 1998, Oak Ridge won a regular season district championship, but I honestly don't remember that. That would have been Coach Nelson Glover's final year, and he draws another throw, does Mikey. I just don't remember that. They had a good team, you know, guys like Stan Sisk. Donnie Sharp probably was a sophomore probably those years. But I just don't remember them winning the championship. As the pitch to Pickens is cut on and missed. Count as 1 strike. Wildcats have only won 3 region championships ever. I told you that at Joey before the game. 1971, 1972, and 1993 when they beat Farragut, incidentally, to win the region championship. They've got Teasley picked off if they get a good throw, and they do get a good throw. And he is out. So that's the second time. I don't know if the first one was intentional when Slay and the Wildcats scored with the runner coming from third. But that's the second time the Wildcats have gone, and the second time he has thrown over there. And this time the throw was good, and Teasley is out number 2.
Yeah, you may have a good pickoff move here, but it's always tough facing a lefty and you're the runner on first.
Pickens swings and he misses, and the count is 1 strikes. Don't want to run yourself out of innings, although, you know, it's like I said, that's what Oak Ridge does, is Pickens hits the ball foul. Off to the right side, the right fielder sprints towards it, but runs out of room. And we remain with a 1 strike count. Nobody aboard now, 2 outs, bottom of the third in a 1-0 game. The Wildcats in the lead. Hartline comes with a 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2 strikes. The Wildcats scored their lone run last inning. Came in on a stolen base attempt. 2 strikes, the pitch. Ball 3. More and more fans filing in. Gonna have a good crowd. We have a good crowd. I mean, Oak Ridge has a chance to create some history here. Like I said, regular season championships for Oak Ridge baseball are, you know, they just don't happen. We've only been to the state tournament on 2 different occasions ever, 71 and 72, as the pitch is hit on the right side. First baseman doesn't see it. The right fielder is running hard and makes a diving attempt, and they're going to say it is a fair ball, and Tyler Pickens is at second base. Ball just barely dropped in on the line, and the Wildcats have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. The ball was a high fly ball. First baseman lost it from the get-go. The right fielder, who has some really good speed, sprinted over there and almost made a great play. Runner at second is Izzy Mitchell. He's the runner now. Got quiet all of a sudden. Richie Ferreira, the batter. What did he do the first time?
He flew out to right field his last at-bat. Izzy's coming in for Tyler here at second base.
3 left-handed batters against the left-handed throwing Hartline in the Oak Ridge order today. Pitched, runner going. He's got a good jump, but he's going to be safe. Izzy got in there somehow. You know, really, honestly, I thought when he threw it that he was going to be out, but Izzy did a really good job sliding in under the tag, and the Wildcats have a runner at third now with 2 outs, and Richie Ferreira with a 1 strike count. Now the coach for the Karns Beavers wants to talk to the umpire. He didn't see it that way. And, you know, it's mission impossible to argue with the umpire because we don't have instant replay unless we want to get Vashon to back it up to see if he was safe, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think he was safe. I mean, he got under that tag and had a really nice jump.
Well, like I said before, I don't know if the Mission Impossible theme song is copyrighted. Probably is. We're probably going off the air now, but Wildcats do have a potential second run at third base, but there are 2 outs. Richie has a 1 strike count. Izzy Mitchell, the runner, at third. Lefty versus lefty again. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's a called strike. 1 2 strikes. Wildcats are not as well. Rich is usually very aggressive at the plate. A little tougher when you're facing a left-handed thrower. When you hit from the left side, you don't see many of those. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Need a hit. He doesn't get it. He swings and he misses, and that is strike 3. Wildcats pick up another base runner. They leave him stranded. We go to the top of the 4th inning in this potential historic night for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and we'll be back to Bobby Hopkins. Wildcats in the lead, 1-0. My name is David Clary, along with Joey Weston. Bashan Knowles doing camera work. Oak Ridge leads it 1-0. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Bobby Hopkins. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Wildcats a slim 1-0 lead, Joey.
Leading things off is Nick Wilson, the center fielder. He struck out his first at bat.
Right-handed throwing Tyler Pickens to the plate. Fastball stays outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Nice defensive inning for the Wildcats last inning. Struck out a first batter and got 2 outs right after that. 3 up, 3 down for him.
A lot of students here today as that pitch is hit foul territory. No, actually it's going to be fair territory. Caden Black can't get to it, and they have an opportunity. Ball comes in. The Wildcats tried to catch up to it. Eddie just couldn't catch up to it. I thought when he first hit it, it was going to be way foul. I don't know if the wind had anything to do with that, but it stayed well in the fair territory, and they've got a leadoff single. Good start for the Beavers.
Batting now is Micah Morgan, the left fielder. He singled his first at bat.
Right-handed hitter. As we mentioned, they had runners at second and third with nobody out and failed to score. Tyler's got to work out of trouble once again. Short lead at first. Pickens is a right-hander, senior. 5-0 on the year. Breaking pitch hit foul. Back to the screen. Count is 0-1. We mentioned this the other day, but they finally got all the netting in to the field on both sides now, and the net in front of us. The only thing lacking is the restrooms are still not open. Porta potties are what they use here. No water. You know, we're in mid-April. Runner going, stolen base. Ball was down low, and Kyron couldn't pick it out of the dirt, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Good choice when to run on that one. Ball was in the dirt. Kyron had no shot at all.
Yeah, and I'm just watching Kyron. He's got a good arm back there behind the plate. He's thrown out a couple runners this season.
So the potential tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Tyler comes set. Ball is hit foul. Back to the wall once again. 1-2 the count. I want to remind everybody this coming Wednesday from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Okies, Coach Derek Rang, the football coach of the Wildcats, is going to have a question and answer meet and greet from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's at Okies this Wednesday. Ball hit on the ground softly. Camden Welch fields it. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1, but the Beavers have a runner at third base now with only 1 out.
Batting now is Tyler Millsaps, the catcher. He singled his first at bat as well.
Back to what I was saying about the Coach Rain thing, that game will be, that's not a game, that question and answer and meet and greet will be broadcast live on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, beginning at 6. And you can come down and eat, regular menu, and we'll hope you'll join us at Okies on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8. That's how long Coach Rang will be there. Tying run at third, breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Let's see if Tyler can work out of trouble. As Joey mentioned a little while ago, he did a really good job working out of trouble with runners at second and third with nobody out. He's got a runner at third now with 1 out. 1 strike the count. Pitch, cut on a missed. Could use a strikeout again, Joey.
Yes, he could. Get that to 2 outs and then end up getting the last out for him. Actually, this is number 12. He was on third last time in the second inning.
Got 2 strikes on the batter. Kyron Welch gives the sign to Tyler. He shakes his head. The batter gets tired of waiting and steps out of the box. 1 out, runner at third. 1-0. The Wildcats in the lead. Oak Ridge trying to find some offense when they get up. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Tyler. That's up high with a fastball. Pops the leather, but too high, and the count is 1-2. Man, there's a lot of people watching this game here. Former Wildcats in attendance. Hanging out by the dugout like they like to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit foul. Out of play. And the count remains at 1-2. Breezy day, as we mentioned. They've got a runner at third. Kyron looks into the Oak Ridge dugout, has the sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Pickens to the plate, 1-2 pitch. Call strike 3. Go sit down, young man. That is the second out of the inning. And I believe the 3rd strikeout for Tyler Pickens.
That is correct.
And out number 2, and Tyler, once again, trying to work out of trouble, trying to get out of trouble. He's got that runner at 3rd, but now there's 2 outs.
Batting now is the DH, Timmy Harper. He struck out his first at bat.
1-0 Wildcats here in the 4th. Top of the 4th, the Wildcats scored on a stolen base attempt. 2 outs, the pitch. Inside corner for a called strike. Had him kind of bailing out a bit on the fastball. 1 strike to count.
He's pitching well this game. He really is. He always does.
Every game we've seen for sure. And that's why he's 5-0 on the year. That's why he's on the mound for this big district game. That pitch bounces away, though, and they have a chance. Here comes the throw, and he scores the run. Tough way to score the tying run. The ball just eluded the catcher. And Wilson ties the ball game, and that's tough. I mean, you gotta keep it in front of you at all times, especially in a situation like that. Tough play there, and we're all tied at 1, so we'll start over again, Joey.
Yeah,
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody aboard. Run in, 1-1 our score. There it goes. That's a swinging strikeout, and that's strikeout number 4. But the Karns Beavers tie the ball game up. It's 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back in a moment. 1-1 our score. The Wildcats batting in the 4th inning. This district ball game against the Karns Beavers. 3-1 pitch. Way outside, ball 4. Good start again for the Wildcats here in the 4th inning. Hit than he was about his pitching performance. As that pitch is hit on the ground, in the hole, no, it's in the hole, but it's going to be an out. But he does advance the runner. That's a very productive at bat there for Camden Welch. I thought it was going to take a nice little hop and go into right field. Second baseman made a nice play. The Wildcats advanced the runner. He looked to second, but Eddie was already there, so the Wildcats have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Wildcats could use a big hit right here. Hartline comes to the plate, 3-2 pitch, high and inside, ball 4. So the Wildcats have runners at 1st and 2nd now with 1 out, and the batter is Jason Slay. I think I'm a pretty bad influence on James Branson playing the music. I think my obnoxiousness has worn off on him because some of the songs he's playing. Ball ripped to center field, into center field. That's a base hit. And the Wildcats are going to score. Here comes Eddie Tan. The center fielder gets by him. Here comes 1 run. Here comes 2 runs. And the 3rd goes Jason Slay. And the Wildcats have a 3-1 lead over the Karns Beavers. The ball glanced off the glove into center field, and then the center fielder didn't come up with it cleanly. 2-run score. The Wildcats have a runner at 3rd, and they lead it 3-1. Ball's hit into right center field. This one might drop, and it's going to another base hit. Here comes another run, and the Wildcats lead it now 4-1. Nice job of hitting by Alex Franklin. Back-to-back base knocks for the Wildcats, and Oak Ridge leads the Beavers 4-1. Back to the top of the order. The Wildcats, Caden Black, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Here's the pitch to him. Takes a strike on the inside corner, and the count is 0-1. Great job by the senior Jason Slade to get the first run in, and then the error by the center fielder, and then a nice little soft base hit by Alex Franklin, who draws a throw. Oak Ridge trying to win the district championship tonight. They'll do it with a win. Karns trying to keep the Wildcats celebration away as the ball is bunted up the 3rd base line. It's a beauty. Here's the throw. No way, baby. He is safe. Infield single for Caden Black, and the Wildcats have runners at 1st and 2nd, and all of a sudden the Wildcats, just like that, Joey Weston, have a 4-1 lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch, hit on the ground. Shortstop, Caden Black. He's got a bang-bang play at first. He makes it, and that is out number 1. Runner not very fast and didn't get up the line real quick, and Caden still rushed and made a nice play. 1 out here, runner at 2nd. Karns has had base runners the entire game, except 1 inning. Here's going to be an easy out here. Tyler Pickens calls for it to the first base side of the mound, and he does make the play for out number 2. Pitch to the plate, hit to right field. Right fielder Jacob Franklin makes the catch for out number 3. They pick up a base runner, and they leave him stranded. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Bobby Hopkins. The Wildcats starting to feel it. They might have a district championship on their hands here. 4-1 our scores. We go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back to Bobby Hopkins in a moment. Welcome back once again to Bobby Hopkins. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 4-1 Wildcats. Tyler Pickens trying to win his 6th game of the year. His first pitch is a ball.
While we have some time, I'm going to go over this fundraiser for the Scarborough 85. It's a Fun Day Skills Challenge. It's going to begin at 11 a.m. on Saturday, July 29th. It's going to be at Scarborough Community Center, 148 Carver Avenue. And the ball is hit out to Jacob Franklin, back, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Runner is going. The ball is hit right to Mikey Teasley. Throws on, double play. The Wildcats, the line out to Mikey Teasley. The runner was going to second, and he is doubled off. And the Wildcats, that's the 3rd out here in the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oak Ridge in the lead, 4-1, and we'll be back to Bobby Hopkins Field for the bottom of the 6th in a moment. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Beavers.
This is Garrett Davis. I believe he moved over from second base.
There's another base hit for Jason Slay. A high hopper over the third baseman's head in the left field, and Jason's going to go to second, and he is going to make it. Just a little slow getting the ball in. The ball was a high hopper. Left fielder got over there, but then just nonchalantly got the ball back in. Jason never hesitated. He just came around to second. The Wildcats have a runner in scoring position. And the Wildcats have a runner at third and nobody out, leading 4-1. The pitch, Alex Franklin popped in the back. Runners on the corners and nobody out. A lot of the football guys here. Pitch hit into center field. Base hit. Caden Black is going to plate 2 more runs for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge leads it by a score of 6-1. The throw down to second rolls into center field, and guess what? Here comes Caden Black. He's around third. He is at home plate, and the Wildcats lead the Karns Beavers by a score of 7-1. The wheels have fallen off the Beavers. The Wildcats, 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 6th, and they lead Karns 7-1.
Yeah, and I see that. I'm pretty confident that Oak Ridge can pull this one out.
Ball is hit to right center field and deep in the gap. The right fielder, a long run. He can't get it. It's going to bounce in front of him. Here comes Oak Ridge's Izzy Mitchell coming around second, coming around third. Here's the throw to the plate. Head first slide, and in goes Izzy for run number 8. And that is a double by Richie Ferreira. And the Wildcats lead Karns 8-1 here at Bobby Hopkins Field. Welcome back once again to Bobby Hopkins. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Wildcats 3 outs away from winning the District 3 championship. The first pitch is a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Wildcats scored a single run in the 2nd inning, 3 in the 4th, 4 more in the 6th. The Beavers' only run came in the 4th inning. It's 8-1 Wildcats. Cut on and missed. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Man, we have all the Bransons here today. Avery, Emmett, and a Baker. 3 Branson kids. 1-1 pitch. That's outside a ball. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. We also have his 4th son, Vashawn Knowles, doing camera work for us today here at Bobby Hopkins Field. 8-1 Wildcats. Pickens called a strike. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll hope to have some player interviews. We'll hope you'll stay tuned for that. We'll try to get James to do that. I don't know if Baker will let him. He's holding him as he's doing the PA and keeping the book and watching this strikeout. That is the first out, and the Wildcats 2 outs away from the district title here in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Go sit down, young man. You are out number 2 here in the 7th inning, and the Beavers are down to their final out of the ball game.
That will be Tyler's 7th strikeout of the game. Batting now is Garrett Davis, the second baseman. He's flown out his first at-bat and singled his second.
So the Wildcats are an out away from the regular season district championship. I mentioned they'll be hosting part of the district tournament. They'll get a bye in the first round. If Karns doesn't explode for about 8 right here. That pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The sun is shining. Blue sky in Oak Ridge. Tyler Pickens trying to get Oak Ridge over the hump. It's been a long time. Wildcats' last region appearance, you have to go back to 2007. And the Wildcats lost to South Doyle in that one. And they had 2 major leaguers on that South Doyle team. And the Wildcats played them tough. That was Tim Yunkin, Brian Salmonson, and Aaron Vargas in that group played for the Wildcats in 2007. The Wildcats were region champions in '93. That was the last time they won a region championship. Went to Dobbins-Bennett and lost in the sub-state. Back then, only 1 team went to a sub-state. That's the winner of the region. We played Dobbins-Bennett in the rain up at Dobbins-Bennett. I remember it well. Michael Langenberg pitched that game for the Wildcats. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Called a strike. The Wildcats 1 strike away from the regular season District 3 title. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Pickens looking into the Oak Ridge dugout. The Oak Ridge fans started to make a lot of noise. We're about to have a celebration for the ages. There's strike 3, ball game, district title belongs to the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats. Oak Ridge beats the Karns Beavers 8-1, and they are the District 3 champions in the regular season championship to the Wildcats.
James Rayson here with senior of the Oak Ridge Wildcat baseball team, Jacob Franklin. I've called enough of the games. I've seen them, so I should know the difference between you and your brother. Jacob, a 4-year member of the Wildcats. Jacob, just for a moment, talk about how special winning the regular season district championship is and just all the work that you've put into not just this year but your other 3 years.
Yeah, it's been a long way coming. I mean, my coming here, we were not supposed to even be close to this point in the process. So, I mean, and I used to play for Karns. I played for Karns all the way through middle school. So I know every guy on that team, and I always told them through my 4 years, I was like, we're going to beat you guys. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Just believe it. And then all the hard work that Tyler, the team has paid off for the last couple of years. We were edging up to being number 1, and this year we took it from everybody.
Jacob, you've been a little hampered this year. You haven't been able to, you've caught before. You're coming off of shoulder surgery a little bit, but you've been great on the mound. You played just about every day in the field, and you've been a key member of the Wildcats for the past 2 or 3 years. What has been the most enjoyable part of this season for you leading up to tonight's game and tonight's win?
I mean, winning. I always love winning, and I always love these teammates. They make the season very special, just hanging out with them every day.
Could you talk a little bit about the environment here tonight and really just all season long? I feel like the student section has come out, and we've really got a lot of community support here all season long, and just how you've seen that grow throughout your time here at Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, my freshman year, we barely have a couple families in the stands, and then it kind of built up every year. And this year we've had the most people come out. We've had the stands filled. We've had a student section filled. We've had everyone come out and try and support us. It's a crazy environment once we actually have everyone come and support us.
And lastly, last question for you. Coach Free came here a couple years ago, probably when you were about 7th or 8th grade, and really wanted to build what we're seeing tonight. It's kind of a little bit of a culmination of what he's been able to do so far. Just talk about Coach Free and how he's been able to motivate you guys and keep you guys on the track and keep you guys focused on the end goal. And it's not just a district championship, but hoping to go to region, sub-state, and state.
Coach Free, when I got here, he was always, we're just around the corner. We're just around the corner. We can make it just one turn away. And then as the years came on, we would be behind a rock. We would slowly come outside of it. And then kind of the build-up, he would always give up some motivational speech, some kind of talk to let us know that he still has our back and everything throughout it all, the entire year.
Jacob, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on being a district champion and in the regular season. And then, going forward, looking forward to see you finishing out the regular season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Joining us now for the Wildcats, the senior pitcher, the guy that went 7 innings tonight, had 8 strikeouts on the evening and came up with a couple key hits there. Tyler, just talk about your game today. We'll get to everything else, but talk about your game today and kind of your focus coming into tonight.
I was locked in when I came to school. You know, everyone was telling me, I think it's been 1972 since the last time we won district, but it's just crazy. I just wanted to do it for my team, and I was happy to do it for Coach Free, so. Yeah, I was excited.
Now, you came from a program in Hardin Valley that is kind of very accustomed to this, or at least competing for district or even tournament championships. Talk about what the feel is here at Oak Ridge and how that's been, I think, beneficial for you.
Oh, shoot. For it being that long, it just feels so special to me, you know. It feels amazing, and, you know, it's just I already said this before, but it's such a community here that I got all the fans behind me and the city's behind me, and it just makes me feel happy and it makes me smile. So it's different. It's different.
Well, winning a district championship, have you won a district championship in the regular season before?
Oh, I don't think so. Not at Hardin Valley. No, we came in second seed, so we lost to Farragut, I'm pretty sure, both years. But
so talk about a little bit how special that is for you, just to, you know, it's been a big shift for you. I know you've mentioned about how good it is, but it's been a big shift in how good it's been for you to come here, win a district championship, and, you know, potentially go play some of those old teams in the region.
Oh, no, it's awesome. We got to keep going. We got to keep winning, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to it, and, you know, for me to just be on the mound and do it for my team just feels special. So,
Tyler, talk a little bit about Coach Free. I know you haven't had a whole lot of time here as much as maybe Jason Slay or Jacob Franklin, but talk a little bit about him and what he's been able to build this program into and how he's impacted you this year.
You know, the first time I ever met Coach Free, he picked me up in his car and we went to go get Caden Black from Izzy's house. And, like, I knew straight from that part that we would be family and stuff. So our bond has gotten closer and closer each day. And, you know, he gets on my butt for not being at school sometimes, which, I mean, I'm used to it now. But, you know, he's a good coach, and he's family to me.
Tyler, congratulations on the win and the regular season championship.
Sir, thank you.
Jason, most of all, I appreciate the warning there more than anything else. Jason, if you couldn't tell, off camera was motioning me to move out of the way. But, Jason, obviously you're very happy. Talk a little bit about how cool of a moment this is for you. You've kind of seen Coach Free at the middle school level, and you came to the high school. You've been a 3-year starter and played a lot as a freshman. And, you know, you probably have as much investment in here as many of these other guys. And just talk about how special this moment is first.
It's huge. Last year, I mean, Karns put us out of the district tournament 5-4, and we've just been working. He's talked about that we could do it when we finally got there, and, I mean, it's incredible because, I mean, I've never won a district championship, but, yeah.
Jason, you had a key play in the game there, right up the middle, shot right past the shortstop and second baseman that scored 2 runs. I believe Alex Franklin came around on that one, and I can't remember the other person that scored, but you know, Karns was really battling with you early. And what was your thought process going into that at bat with runners on second and third?
The at bat before I got hit, and I kind of took that personal because, I mean, I don't know the backstory to that, but I took it personal. And so I just went up there thinking I'm just going to drill this ball, and I did. Big hit for sure.
Jason, talk a little bit about what Coach Free's kind of been preaching to you guys, not just this year, but for you specifically for the last 4 years, about where we want to go and what we want to do and what we want to accomplish, and how big this tonight is to win a regular season district champion over, you know, Powell and Karns and Central, some of the powerhouses of this district.
For years, he's told us that we could do it. We've always been able to do it. We were right around the corner, and I feel like we finally got around the corner. Like, we can do it for sure. I think this is the year that we win it, and he's always just harped on us to keep working every day. It doesn't matter what we've done. We haven't done anything yet. We just got to keep working and keep getting better.
Well, Jason, congratulations on the regular season championship and the win tonight.
Thank you.
At this time, we'll bring in Coach Free, head coach of the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Coach, one thing I just want to commend you on is every single one of the players, whether it was a one-year senior that is transferred in, or was a 4-year senior, or even the guys that I've seen you talking to, is what it seems that you built here is a culture of competing, a culture of, not living in the moment, but keep on progressing. And that's something that is hard to build, and I know it's been something that you've been trying to do for several years.
For sure. I mean, we've been preaching it for a long time, and I guess, it's cool for Slay and it's cool for Jacob, because they've been here for so long and played for me for so many years in a row, and they just I keep preaching. It's going to happen. I promise. Like, just hold fast and hold true to the process, and eventually we're going to break through and get it. And this year we kind of broke through. We've kind of got the thing rolling in the right direction. Even like tonight's game, it's a perfect testament. It's 1-1 in the fourth. Hold fast. Stay true to the process. Keep competing. And all of a sudden we break it loose, and next thing you know, it's 8-1 with complete control of the game, and we walked away with it. So, I mean, it's a huge, huge win for us, but more importantly for those guys that have been here for so long.
Coach, talk a little bit about, how difficult this is, and to be able to do it on your own terms, I think is huge. You're not relying on another team to win or lose. You were able to take control of that and do it yourself and not have to worry about others. How key was that kind of in your focus for the game tonight?
Well, that's great, because if not, we'd be over here watching somebody's phone, watching the Pal's game and see what the score was and trying to chase something. But now we have complete control, and we did it without their help, and now there's no taking it away at this point. I mean, that's important. Doing it here at home was important for our fans and our community was important. Just being able to, take care of business is also important, which I'm glad. I didn't want to lose today and oh, man, we're going to have to win tomorrow. But we just went ahead and took care of business as is.
Coach, also talk a little bit about what you've been able to build here, not just culture-wise, but we've seen a massive transformation here at Bobby Hopkins Park. We've got amazing new stands. We've got, the new nets that have come in, and we're still in the process of doing the concession stand and everything else. But we've got some amazing things going on. But how about our fans that have come out all season long and supported? And not just – you've really seen a transformation over the past 4 or 5 years of a slow trickle of more and more guys. How key are our fans to the support of your team?
It's awesome to watch. I mean, any good baseball program in this region has people supporting them all the time, and we've kind of continued to build that. Part of the building a program and building a culture is also building a community and going to know who the businesses are, know who the people in the community are, know the kids, know the other coaches like yourself, and know all those people around to kind of start building camaraderie, because I think any good, healthy high school has every sport is supporting the other sport, and they're always there watching. So like tonight, I think there was a bunch of teachers here. I think there's principals here. The athletic directors are here. Other coaches are here. I mean, that's exciting, and that's what it's all about. That's really what high school sports are all about, and that's, Oak Ridge is a strong community that loves their sports. So all we had to do is kind of crack into that a little bit, and people all of a sudden just finding their way here. And it's helped the improvements, like you said. I mean, that's helped us definitely take this thing to the next level, is being able to – add places for them to sit, add a place that's nice for them. They're not embarrassed to be here. So that just has helped building our program and the culture itself.
Coach, we talked a little bit about Tyler Pickens, a guy that came in, got the win tonight. We talked about your 4-year guys, but you've also had guys that are younger too. Caden Black comes to mind. Mikey Teasley coming over, and even Eddie Tan, a senior, coming over. How key are all those guys as well to the team and what you've been able to accomplish this year?
Well, it's just, once again, that's culture. Because if you ask Eddie and Tyler about it, or you ask Mikey, or you ask any of those guys, if you ask them just, like they're on TV with David, and you just ask them naturally, what is the difference? It's a family. It's a culture that we build. It's, and I'm hard on them at the same time, but they also know that I'll be the first one to hug them, and they'll be the first one to come hug me and tell each other we love each other. And, I mean, it's things that, sometimes you don't get and you don't need, but that's really what it's all about. So when you come here, then all of a sudden more guys want to come here because they want to be around the community and the culture just like that. So that's what we've tried to do, and it's working the right way, and the right things are starting to pay off. But it's just the process every day. Tomorrow, guess what I'm going to be preaching as soon as I see them tomorrow? All right, yesterday's over. Today's a new day. We've got to go play. And try to wrap it up next week. We want to play 3 times, and then the next week 3 times to kind of get our legs back under us and get ready for district play, which now district play, everybody to know, we'll host here. We'll play every game here at our place ourselves. We'll be here all the way through. So, but we won't play until that Thursday, May the 6th, maybe, something like that, whatever that is. I may be dead wrong on that, but that's when that'll fire up.
Coach, congratulations on the win, and obviously congratulations on the regular season championship.
Absolutely. It's great to have that, but more importantly, it's great for our community and Oak Ridge baseball for sure.
Thanks for joining us.
No, thank you guys.